Don't put away that last suitcase in the car and begin to drive to college until you take the time to go through this book. Here are some tips to help you manage your money so the final 2 months of the semester you won't find yourself eating only stale potato chips in the dorm room or lurking around the coffee shop parking lot looking for drop change. Welcome to Curbing College Debt. Tips on cutting down on college expenses and tuition fees. Chapter 1. Keep track of spending. Track your spending for 2 to 4 weeks to learn where your money is going. Are 4 trips to Starbucks a week really essential? Know where it goes. They do not realize how much they spend on small things, says one financial planner and an associate professor at a Lone Star State University. That's the most basic revelation. Commonly, just by tracking expenses, you will be able to cut back expenses. Keep close track of your spending to make certain your money is being spent the way you want it to be used. Tracking the money you spend forces you to consider where your money is going and shows you where adjustments should be made, resulting in more efficient use of your money and smarter spending habits. Tracking your spending assists you in answering the following important questions. Where and what is my money going on? In what way can I separate my expenses into categories so that I may evaluate them? What boundaries can I set for myself so that I can prevent spending on unnecessary things? In what ways can I track my personal spending to ensure that my spending stays within my boundaries? How will I use money I have found by closely monitoring spending to assist me in meeting my long-term goals? Computer software makes tracking your spending a much easier task than done by hand. Quicken or Microsoft Money are fantastic software programs that assist you in tracking your spending in a way you are able to follow. Think of possibly buying personal budget software. In Quicken, for example, every time you make a deposit or pay a bill, you're asked to apply it to a certain category, such as paycheck, clothes, groceries, transportation, or health insurance. You are then able to subdivide transportation expenses into gas, auto insurance, and vehicle maintenance. Along with the program comes categories that handle most of the basics. You're able to change the list or create categories that are convenient for you and your situation. Even if you choose not to use computer software to track your money, make sure to evaluate where your money is going every month. Separate the expenses into categories based on the area of need, such as food, shelter, transportation, and so forth. Then take things a step further and separate these into subcategories such as vehicle, fuel vehicle, upkeep, etc. Concentrate on the areas where you realize you need to cut back spending. Think of your purchases. Are these purchases needed or just wanted? Observing where your spending goes is an eye-opening experience, especially when you notice an excessive amount of your earnings is going to your vehicles, electronic devices, or going out to eat in fancy restaurants. Figuring this all out will help with motivating you to make some changes in these spending areas. Facing the facts is the hardest part of keeping track of your spending and what it's spent on. It can be vicious to see for yourself where your money is going and if your spending is necessary. Get rolling. Begin tracking your spending. Pinpoint exactly how your money is being spent. Closely look over money spending to ensure it meets the personal priorities you defined earlier. Search for ways you are able to cut down. Spending money elsewhere or not as often, or by simply eliminating it. For each of your categories, establish spending caps or limits. Create a simple process that will work for you so that you can easily track your purchases. Keep close eye on your outgoing spending to make certain it stays within your personal spending guidelines. Revise your spending budget by adding or deducting from each category so that it's a feasible plan for you. Tracking your spending and making some simple adjustments will provide more spendable cash to you. Soon you will notice that there's a definite gain in making the proper effort to keep track of your personal spending.